Today we're gonna go over 5 things that make you look like a beginning skimboarder and how not to, so you can skip the rookie stage and start looking like you actually know what you're doing out there on the water. All right, so I know one of the biggest things that holds people back from really getting into skimboarding is that fear of looking awkward at the beach or on the river. Maybe you're worried you'll wipe out right in front of everyone, or that people will think you don't know what you're doing. But here's the thing, those fears are pretty unnecessary. Most of the experienced skimmers I know, they're not out there judging you. If anything, they're usually stoked to see someone new pick up the sport, maybe even offer a quick tip or a little encouragement. Every single one of them has gone through exactly the same learning curve. Running super fast, dropping the board, and wiping out like 100 times before finally getting that first nice ride. Nobody skips that step. Still, I get it. Feeling like you look like a total beginner in public is easier said than ignored. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down the most common beginner mistakes in skimboarding and showing you how to avoid them, so you can ride with confidence, focus on having fun, and stop worrying about what anyone else thinks. Rookie mistake number 1, skimming in deep water. It happens all the time. I see new skimboarders trying to skim in deep water and not going anywhere. So if you don't want to look like a beginner, find a nice shallow spot. It's worth taking some time to look around and even digging out some sand here or there if you need to get a good spot. Remember, shallow is better. You will have so much more fun skimming if you find a good spot and stay out of the deep water. You will also look like you know what you're doing and not look like a total newbie. Rookie mistake number 2, stiff legs and standing straight up. Straight leggers are a sure sign of a beginner. If you don't want to look like a beginner, bend your knees. Get in a good athletic stance. Skimboarding is a sport, so look like an athlete. Being in a bent knee athletic stance is going to help you keep your balance a lot easier and help you look like you know what you're doing. If you have your legs straight and your arms waving all over the place, you're going to look like a beginner for sure. Rookie mistake number 3, getting on from the wrong side. Now don't get me wrong, you don't really want to get on your board from the side. You mostly want to come from over the back. But as you're running with the board, you'll be holding it to one side or the other. And so as you drop the board, you're usually on one side or the other as you're getting on. It is important to hold your board on the correct side. This should match up with whether you are regular or goofy foot. I notice this most often with new goofy foot riders because probably most of the people they see are regular and so they just hold the board like them. But it can happen with regular foot riders as well. The main problem is they hold the board on the wrong side and then they have to twist their bodies a bit weird to be able to get on the board. If you're regular, then you want to hold the board on the right side of your body and you will probably come over the back a bit to the left of the board. If you are goofy foot, then you want to hold the board on the left side of your body and you'll probably come over the back a bit to the right of the board. Don't mix and match that though. It looks awkward and you're totally going to look like a beginner. Rookie mistake number 4, no wax. If you have a foam covered board or a traction pad, then this isn't an issue. But if you have a board with no foam on it, you need to use wax. Otherwise, you're not going to get much traction on your board and slip and slide all over the place. Again, I see newbies show up all the time with their new board and just throw it down and start skimming. I always like to keep some extra wax with me, so when I see this, I can give them some and show them how to wax their board. So wax that baby up. Make it look like you use it, not just put it in your living room for show. Nothing says beginner like trying to skim on a shiny, brand new looking board that you slide right off of. Rookie mistake number 5, being tentative. Of the things we've mentioned, this is the hardest one to get over. When you're a beginner, flying through the air at top speed to land on a moving board on a slick surface of water, that can seem pretty terrifying. So I understand why beginning skimboarders approach the board with caution. But the thing is, you're just not going to go very far with a cautious, tentative approach. You need to attack the board and be aggressive, even while just learning. With just a step or two, I can usually go farther than most beginners when they run and throw the board because of attacking the board and being aggressive when I get on. When you get on, don't hesitate or stutter step. Commit Attack it and ride it forward. Don't look like a beginner who's not sure if they want to be out there or not. Be confident. All right, so those are the 5 things that make you look like a beginning skimboarder and how not to. Keep it shallow, bend your knees, get on the board correctly, wax your board, and most importantly, commit. If you do those things, you'll go from looking like a beginning skimboarder to riding with style in no time.